there you are. Finally. I've been waiting to talk to you.
You forgot to make an appointment.
Ah, was smart mouth, eh? I'm Ronnie Shaw, Commonwealth Minutemen. At least I was. Back before Joe Becker got himself killed and the idiots took over.
Joe Becker? Who's that?
That's just sad. General Becker used to run the Minutemen, the last real leader we ever had. After he died, there wasn't anybody left with the guts and brains to pull things together.
What do you actually want?
Heard you were trying to get the Minutemen back on their feet. Thought I'd come see the new general for myself. So what's your story? What makes you think anybody even wants the Minutemen back?
I don't need to answer to you, soldier.
You don't get a pass just because everybody calls you general. In the Minutemen, you gotta earn respect. But I've heard some good things about what you've been doing. Wouldn't be here otherwise. Now that I'm here, I can see you really need my help.
Are you offering to rejoin?
I guess I am. I'm probably the only one who still remembers all about it. That's...
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all
We were
day,
doing
all
just
across
fine
the
without your help.
Really?
report.
I guess you know all about the castle's old armory then.
How would you know about an old armory?
I used to be stationed here, that's how. For a few years, right after I joined up. Just dumb luck I was home on leave the day the Lurks wiped this place out. I'm probably the only one who still remembers this. But the castle's armory was located in the West Bastion. All of our best equipment was stored in there. Weapons, ammo, schematics, you name it. Come on, I'll show you.
And where are the crowds? People here seem to have little interest in history.
Ah, good. Looks like it might still be intact. Door's still sealed. Bastion hasn't collapsed. Trick now is finding a way in.
Do you know some way to open this door?
Now, and even if we could blast it open, we'd probably destroy what's inside while we're at it. If you can't go through, go around. Let's have a look at the Northeast Bastion.
I fear so much history will soon be forgotten.
Humanity has fallen so since the bombs. I have so much data on the world before the atom bombs.
Hey,
Learn history lest it
Some of
repeat
it is
itself.
from my new observations.
This was the general's quarters. Used to be a tunnel leading from here to the armory. Wow, looky here. You've already cleared it. Good job. Let's get down there and see if there's still a way through.
So you got a ride of choice. I'm usually a mentat student myself. Makes me feel intellectual.
Maybe constantly trying to kill us.
Good morning, Commonwealth.
Pretty dark down here. We better watch our step.
I
I know there was a way through down here. I'll back you up, General. My night vision ain't what it used to be. Howdy.
So long as you're carrying it.
Sentry bot, designation, Sarge. Powering up.
Well, I'll be. I would have never guessed the Sarge would still be down here. Don't worry, it's one of ours. He's been guarding the castle since, forever, as far as I know. Let me see if I can get that gate open. For the Commonwealth. Ah, darn it. Oh, it's been a long time. United we stand. Yeah, that was it. Ah, that explains all the landmines. This is, well, was, General McGann. He had your job back when I first joined up. Must have gotten trapped down here when that sea beast attacked the castle. He did manage to keep the armory secure. I'll give him that much. Guess the uniform is yours now, if you want it. So Geezer doesn't need it anymore. Rest in peace, General. Your fight is done, and the Minutemen live on.
Excuse me.
There's no point in getting all sentimental about something that happened 40 years ago. I'll get these kids whipped into... shake. Don't worry. You do your job. I'll do mine. Hey, General. You need something, General? Okay, here we are. Let's see if this still opens from here. There we go. Told you I'd get us in here. Now, let's see what kinds of goodies are left. Excellent. The armory's still intact. Everything we need, just waiting for us. And the cream of the crop, schematics for building artillery.
Artillery?
Great big guns.
Well, let's see if it was worth the effort.
General, when you see those shells raining down on our enemies, well, you'll know it was worth it. All right, grab that schematic and let's get going. Don't forget to grab some smoke grenades, too.
Walk 100 miles if I knew there was a pile of cap.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts.
I don't ask for much. Just need a full bottle and some bones to break. What I wouldn't give for a good stiff drink.
9 a.m. here at Radio Freedom.
Hi.
Looks like you've got everything we need.
Report.
As soon as you get some artillery built, we'll do a test fire to calibrate it. But what are you waiting for? Get that artillery set up.
Doesn't get much
But
better
what are you
than
waiting
this.
for? Get that artillery set up.
World's
it.
always gonna have problems. If I get my way, a lot less.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom. All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out there, people.
Hey.
Gosh darn, it's good to see artillery here again. Now here's the thing about the big guns. They can't fire at anything too close, but their range is impressive. That's what the smoke grenades are for. Toss one of those at the bad guys. If we have artillery in range, we'll confirm over the radio and target our fire on your smoke. But first, we better do a test fire. Make sure we're hitting what we're aiming at. You see that little building over there? We'll use that for our aiming point. Keep your radio on and tuned to Radio Freedom so we can confirm we're ready.
I just want to trade a few things.
You put smoke on that target.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the
See
Minutemen.
if we can hit it. All right, General, if you can hear me, we're ready. Toss one of those smoke grenades into the target area and we'll start the test fire. Okay, we've got your smoke on the target. You might want to stand back. Yeah, you know, just in case.
duct tape?
Excuse me.
Think we could fix
Now
this
that
right
we have
up.
the armory back, you can resupply here whenever you run low on supplies. Anything you need right now?
Anything to report?
Nothing you need to worry about. We'll hold this place for the Minutemen as long as any of us are still breathing. Now, did you need...
Let me see what you've got.
Take a look.
This is Radio Freedom. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
As it looks?
Antiques, huh?
So, you ready to...
Need something? What's going on?
I've never lost anyone before. This failure is new to me.
Only thing better than getting pissed is picking a fight. Am I right?
Everything seems to be proceeding according to plan, ma'am. Traveling with you is proving to be quite uplifting.
11 a.m. here at Radio Freedom, the voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everybody.
I wonder if the data I'm collecting will serve any purpose.
Excuse me.
I've got to hand it to you, General. You've really turned things around for the Minutemen. I never thought I'd see the day that the Minutemen had artillery support again. We should see about building them at all our settlements to expand our coverage. And Ronnie Shaw returns. She's something else, isn't she?
What do you think of her?
People like her. She comes across pretty hard-ass. But she's one of the good ones. I'd heard stories about her from the old-timers, but I didn't know she was still around. The fact that she's come back to the Minutemen means we must be doing something right. I'll let you know if I hear of any settlements that need our help. In the meantime, make sure to offer help to anyone that needs it. That can only help our cause. One day, we'll
This
put
is
this back
Radio
together,
Freedom.
better than ever.
I'm just so hungry.
Nothing to report. Stay safe, people.
Just looking for a hand. All you gotta do is offer.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, the voice of the Minutemen. It's 12 noon. All's quiet across the Commonwealth. Stay safe out there. This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people. You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates. It's 1 p.m. This is Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates.
I've never lost anyone before.
It's pretty.
Broadcasting across the Commonwealth. All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out there, people. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon here at Radio Freedom. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates. This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
Learn history lest it repeat itself.
Nothing's more satisfying than a smoking
I fear so much history will soon be forgotten. I fear so much
I wish more people could see this. Remind them what it's all about.
Nice day. Where are we headed?
Not a lot of folks would travel with a Google. With my kind of charisma.
What's going on?
What are you guys, aren't you? Find one of these
I wonder what it looked like before everything.
A good reminder of what we're fighting for.
Most folks that run with me don't live out the day. I'm impressed.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts.
It's a far cry from working with the gunners. Glad that's behind me.
I'm all
Wait there.
ears.
Sweet. Got it. Hey.
There's something you need?
Come on.
Count on it. Something out there. Whatever they're aging in here, I think it's gone too long.
Got it.
Sure don't make them.
Yes.
Something is rotten in here. Ugh, what the hell aroma is that? I'm in. Perfect. Nice.
Hey.
There's something bothering you?
Probably about time we parted ways.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Ada.
A pleasure to see you again, ma'am. Are you ready to depart?
Time to hit the road.
Excellent.
It's 7 p.m. out here. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates. tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. All's quiet across the Commonwealth. Stay safe out there.
It's always fascinating watching you create. Here, over here.
Hey.
Yes, here you are, ma'am.
Heads up.
Yes, ma'am. May I assist you, ma'am?
Are you able to self-destruct?
No, I can't. I'm fairly certain that my original creator had granted...
Heads up.
What can I... Yes? How can I assist?
That was it.
No problem.
Yes.
Such a senseless waste of perfectly good technology.
That's it. Hell yeah.
Be alarmed.
Look alive.
How may I be of... Did you retrieve something from that robot?
Yeah. It had this interesting tech.
Intriguing. Let's examine it. Impressive technology. If my analysis is correct, this is a specialized radar beacon. I suspect it's how the Mechanist was keeping track of the robo-brain you destroyed. As the next logical step, I need you to install this beacon within me so we can use it to our advantage.
Are you sure?
While there's only a 78.3% chance that I'm correct, I'd like to point out that it's the only lead we have.
Let's just hope it's safe.
I share your sentiment. You'll need to use a robot workbench to ensure proper installation, and my presence will be required. To maintain peak efficiency, I strongly recommend that we remain together until the radar beacon is successfully installed.
Look alive.
I'd be happy to help if I can.
Ada?
Are you ready to install the radar beacon?
Does it have to be you? I could install it on a different robot.
My memory contains more relevant knowledge than any new robot you attempt to create. I appreciate your concern, but I can assure you I won't suffer any harm from the installation. So, are you ready?
Time to operate.
Just be certain you don't disconnect anything essential while you're rummaging through my circuitry. Once I'm in the robot workbench, just install the radar beacon and I'll do the rest. Find anything useful?
Got it. Nice. That's it. Yes. Sweet.
X1. Welcome to the General Atomics Quality Assurance Department, where we assure your functionality is up to our high standards. We must run a few tests before returning you to your caregiving duties. Now please, proceed into the first test chamber. First, we must test your disciplinary and behavioral management skills. A quality assurance associate will be playing the role of your hypothetical charge, Little Timmy. Little Timmy has broken a valuable vase while playing catch in the house. The vase was a family heirloom, and it is quite irreplaceable. Please, punish the child accordingly. The child needs discipline. Fantastic. The appropriate punishment was separation of the child from any potential source of entertainment. And please remember, corporal punishment is strictly forbidden unless the user enables it in your configuration mode. Please proceed into the second test chamber. A proper Miss Nanny unit must be able to identify the needs of her charges. Please assess the state of the crying child and fulfill its needs.
Wah! 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 Wah!
Correct. The child was hungry. Your vocal tonality analysis programming seems to be in working order. Please take this opportunity to reconfirm that any deprecated muffling procedures are not left in your programming. Now please, proceed into the third testing chamber. We will now test your hazard detection matrices. Please childproof this environment by moving any hazardous object to where little hands cannot reach. Please eliminate any potential tool of self-harm. All potentially fatal objects have been put out of a child's reach. Please remember, children have a penchant for finding ways to harm themselves. They never are truly safe. Absolute diligence is required. Congratulations! It appears you are fully functional and ready to return to service. Please take a replacement fusion core from the safe in the hallway on your way out.
it. Another day in the Commonwealth. Lucky us.
It's remarkable the things you can do with only 2 hands.
You certainly know your way around a workbench.
It is hard to determine whether the surface is more or less susceptible to outbreaks, but a preparation plan is never a bad idea.
What can I do? A moment. The modification was successful. New hardware has been detected and software is updating. And installation complete. Analyzing Mechanist hardware. The radar beacon is receiving a strong encrypted signal, but I can't determine the source.
Do you think the Mechanist knows we're tampering with the beacon?
I've already added failsafes to ensure my location is secure and prevent any unintended commands the signal may issue. Unfortunately, one of that will help us determine the signal's source.
Damn. Then we've hit a dead end.
Not necessarily. With some additional assistance, I should be able to decrypt the signal and locate the Mechanist. Fortunately, I'm detecting another robo-brain in the Commonwealth that's receiving the same signal.
All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out.
And this is important because...
I will explain. The encryption on the source signal is complex, but not beyond solving. If you can bring me 2 additional beacons, they should provide the keys and algorithms that I need to enhance my decryption routines.
Are you sure this'll work?
I've calculated a 96.9% chance of success. Given your capabilities, I believe the odds to be in our favor.
Looks like it's Robo-Brain season.
At least until our mission is complete. I'm uploading the location of the Robo-Brain to your Pip-Boy now. Just be careful. These robots tend to travel in groups, so you're likely to encounter heavy resistance.
Hey.
Yes.
Ada.
How may I be of service, ma'am?
Nothing else I needed.
Very well.
Here at Radio Freedom.
One day, we'll put
Nothing
this
new
back
to report.
better
Keep
than
tuned
ever.
here for Minutemen alerts.
There's no sport.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone.
What's going on? Anytime you want me to carry some of that valuable gear you're lugging, you just let me.
Hey.
I'd be happy to...
Here you go, Ada. One slightly dented, but still functional radar beacon.
This will do nicely. And, with any luck, it'll help us trace the Mechanist signal.
Remind me how this beacon will get us closer to tracing the...
Each RoboBrain's radar beacon has unique encryption. However, acquiring 2 additional beacons should provide me with enough data to break the code. So if my theory is correct, this beacon will help us trace the Mechanist signal.
I hope getting it was worth the trouble.
I'm sorry for treating the component cost. I'm going to begin my decryption route. In the meantime, I've picked up another robot.
Really? So where exactly...
Yes. That would be... If my calculations are... Oh, this isn't good. Location confirmed. The RoboBrain is at Fort Hagen Satellite Array, which means it's in the hands of the Rust Devils.
Who or what are the Rust...
Allow me to explain.
Oh?
My old caravan encountered them once while crossing the river into the city. The Rust Devils are a group of ruthless raiders who utilize robots for their nefarious practices. They scour the Commonwealth looking for my kind. What they can't capture and reprogram, they strip for spare parts. I realize they pose a greater threat to me than you. I just want you to be well informed.
Yeah.
That being said, despite what lies ahead, I can easily continue to decrypt the signal as we proceed.
Hey.
Didn't expect help from a stranger. Thanks.
I was just passing through.
It was my lucky day then. Hey, you wouldn't happen to know of any good places to settle around here, would you? I'm tired of always being on the run.
What are you looking for?
I just want to find someplace safe to live, without these assholes trying to kill me all the time. Why? Do you know of a good place?
Nah, can't think of anything.
I was just asking. Thanks again for your help. See you around.
Hey there.
On your way, soldier.
You showed up just in the nick of time.
parts, you be sure to let me know. threat after all.
Sweet.
Such interesting finds. Some components for you.
Hey.
Yes, ma'am?
Ada.
These are for you.
Heads up.
How may I be? What can I do for you?
I'd like to activate your self-destruct system.
No, I can't.
It is I, the Mechanist. I come to warn you of a new scourge who stalks the innocent.
You don't look like one of the Rust Devils. What are you doing here?
This scourge cares nothing for the progress we have made, but
Maybe I'm just a Rust Devil wearing a clever disguise.
Please, don't insult my
What did the Rust Devils do to you?
They felt that by keeping my head online would prove useful to them. Fortunately for me, they're stupid enough to actually believe anything I say. Admittedly, it hasn't gotten me very far, but it has saved me from the same fate as my rather unfortunate comrades you see in pieces around you. Now, back to my original question. What are you doing here?
Hunting down a radar beacon.
A radar beacon? How very interesting. That's a very specific part to be searching for, and you don't look like the typical part scavenger type to me. I calculate a 98.8% chance that you're looking for the Mechanist. If I'm correct, and I usually am, then perhaps we can help each other with our respective predicaments.
How could I possibly help you?
Willing to listen? How surprising. I'll take that as a gesture of good faith as I describe our potential bargain. Now, how can I put this as simple as possible so someone at your processing speed can understand? In order to find the Mechanist, you're going to need more than just my radar beacon. You're going to need access to the facility. I'm willing to provide said access, but you'll have to fulfill two simple conditions. One, you need to get me as far away as you can from these lunatics. And two, find me a new body. Once both conditions are satisfied, I'll gladly provide you with everything you need. Do we have a deal?
How do I know you'll keep up your end of the bargain?
Even though there's a human brain floating in a biogel inside my head, I'm still bound by my original programming. It pains me to admit it, but one of my directives states that I cannot lie. Ever. So, while I'm not the most charming robot you've ever encountered, the last thing I'm going to do is violate an agreement we've made. Now that we have that out of the way, do we have a deal?
I'm not sure.
Well then, it appears you have some thinking.
Do not interfere with security operations. Threat analysis. It is I come to warn you of a new scourge who stalks the innocent and destroys my robot allies, only seeks to save lives. This scourge cares nothing for the progress we have made, but we will find her.
The offer still stands if you're interested. Get me out of this place, find me a new body, and I'll give you access to the Mechanist's facility. A wise decision. Once we're at our destination, I'll happily relinquish my radar beacon as a gesture of good faith. Now, I strongly suggest you stop loitering in the middle of a hostile location and get us both out of here at once.
Heads up.
Yes, ma'am? Is there something I can help you with?
I'd like to activate your self-destruct system.
No, I can't.
I come to warn you of a new scourge who stalks the innocent and destroys my robot allies, only seeks to save lives. This scourge cares nothing for the progress we have made, but we will find her and bring her to justice. People of the Commonwealth, it is I, the Mechanist. I come to warn you of a new scourge who stalks the innocent and destroys Scourge cares nothing for the progress we have made, but we will find her and bring her to justice. People of the Commonwealth, it is I, the Mechanist. I come to warn you of a new Scourge who stalks the innocent and destroys my robot allies who only seeks to save lives.
Got it.
This Scourge cares nothing for the progress we have made, but we will find her and bring her to justice.
All right, Brainbox. Ivy wants me to find out what makes you tick. So let's get started.
There's no need for that. I'm certain we can discuss this rather unfortunate situation before it gets completely out of hand. Now, what exactly did this Ivy tell you to do?
Simple. She wants me to crack open that dome you have for a head and find out how your brain is connected to your circuits.
Perhaps I can be of assistance in that regard. After all, there isn't much else I can do now that you remove my head from its chassis. How about we forge some sort of an accord, just between the two of us?
What the hell is an accord? You talking about wires or something?
Right. I need to phrase this so even a dullard like you would understand. Let me put it this way. You need information that's going to make your boss happy. I want to keep my brain in one piece. Maybe we can cut a deal.
Fine. I'm listening.
I'll tell you everything I know about my own construction. All the bits that Ivy wants to hear. And I promise you, she won't be disappointed. In return, you keep those tools away from me and put me back onto my body. You get what you want, and I don't get dissected like some kind of a laboratory experiment. Do we have a deal?
Well, that would save me a lot of time. And Ivy doesn't like waiting. Tell you what, you start talking, and I'll stop drilling. After I tell Ivy everything, we'll see how happy she really gets. But I think I'm gonna leave your head in that machine for now, just in case you decide to get any smart ideas. How's that for a deal?
I suppose it will have to suffice. I mean, yeah, it's a deal.
Self-diagnostic complete.
watch the tripwires. I'd rather keep myself intact today, thank you.
What the fuck was that?
Unidentified intruder detected. Beginning search.
That's it. What a clever way to bypass that lock.
False alarm. Standing down. Intruder, identify yourself.
You really are taking the path of most resistance here, aren't you?
What the hell was that?
This area cleared. Proceeding with search protocol. Approach and identify yourself. Law-abiding citizens will not be harmed. Area secure.
Jackson assured I was well built for travel. His modifications will be active for quite some time.
we go.
Make sure you don't leave anything useful behind.
Based on my limited experience with you, I estimate a 65% chance of making it out of here. Not optimal. An increase in effort could have an impact on the odds.
Sensor alert. Anomaly detected.
Had I a body, I would have killed her myself. Oh well. 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Good job, human.
Look alive.
I'd be happy. To help if I can.
job is done. I refuse to cooperate until you provide a body that meets my standards.
Look alive.
What can I do for you?
Here you go, Ada. The final radar beacon. I'll need that head back when you're done.
Of course. Shouldn't take but a moment. There you go. Still in one piece. I'm not sure why you want the head back. All we needed was its radar beacon. Besides, robo-brains are notorious for being, well, a real pain in the neck.
What else do you know about them, Ada?
Quite simply, it's the first time General Atomics produced a successful union between organic matter and robotics. The brain is used both as a control unit and a data storage unit, which is far more efficient than using standard circuits. Unfortunately, there were a lot of programming issues with these robots, which caused them to be a bit, shall we say, unhinged. Hopefully, this particular robo-brain will have some of the answers that we've been seeking.
A union of organic matter and robotics? Sounds an awful lot like a synth.
Not at all. The robo-brain was built with a very different design philosophy in mind. General Atomics' intent was to use the human brain to augment the robot's functions, primarily to accelerate the decision-making process. Free thought and individuality was never intended. These were expressly built like soldiers, to follow orders without question. The robo-brain's unfortunate tendency towards violence and aggression should be considered more of a malfunction than a calculated decision.
Now that you have the final radar beacon, will it be enough to track down the Mechanist's location?
I certainly hope so. I've already started the calculations while we've been having this conversation. That still doesn't explain why you need that head back.
We still need it, Ada. I believe it can help us access the Mechanist's facility.
Of course. It makes perfect sense that the Mechanist would not only keep its location a closely guarded secret, but would secure it against intrusion as well. I'm terribly sorry. I hadn't considered that possibility at all. I'm afraid when it comes to assisting humans, I'm not doing very well lately.
Why would you say something like that?
Isn't it obvious? Ever since I let my friends die in that caravan, I feel like I've been failing in my duties. I chose the route we took the day we were attacked. Perhaps if I had selected an alternate route, they'd still be alive. Sometimes I wish that Jackson had programmed me with my personality mode set permanently to disabled.
I don't understand.
Let me explain. Ever since I chose the route, sometimes I wish that Jackson had...
Your personality mode? What do you mean?
Most robots have a personality mode select available to them for their creator to utilize. Turn it on, and we're designed to talk and act more like a human. Turn it off, and we're no better than a mindless automaton. Jackson said he didn't think of me as a servitor robot. He treated me more like a friend. So he permanently set my personality mode to on. He said I should never lose my identity. I suppose I'm starting to think he was wrong.
Your personality defines you as an individual. Never let that go.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, but it's up. I promise I'll do my best. Now I've distracted you. I'll finish up my...
You shouldn't think that way. Your personality...
I always considered my person... I really think I needed to hear... Now I've distracted... Often...
Your personality...
You're right. All of the good memories I've experienced being Ada would be lost if my personality mode was shut down. I can't afford to lose them. I really think I needed to hear that from someone else. Thank you. Now I've distracted you for long enough. I'll finish up my calculations while you deal with our new friend, Jezebel. Hopefully, she'll be able to grant us access to the Mechanist's facility and we can put an end to this nonsense once and for all.
Hey.
What can I do? Yes? How can I assist?
That's all for now.
No problem. You certainly know your way around a workbench.
Two hands.
It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon here at Radio Freedom. All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out there, people. Good afternoon. You're tuned to Radio Freedom, broadcasting across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people.
Hey.
How may I be? Your service.
Interesting. This body you've selected for me isn't quite what I had envisioned, but it will have to suffice.
So sorry, Your Highness. The Royal Tailor has been quite ill, and I'm afraid the task fell to me instead.
If you're attempting to use sarcasm as an intimidation tactic, I'm afraid you're wasting your time. Look, it's obvious we don't care for each other's company, which suits me just fine. So, why don't you ask me everything you wanted to know, and then I'll be on my way.
Why did General Atomics make you so uncooperative?
I haven't the faintest idea of what you're talking about. I am a top-of-the-line model, with an efficiency rating that makes Mr. Handy look like a glorified toaster oven. When given a set of instructions, I will complete them without question, and without error. Now, were there any other ridiculous questions you wanted to ask?
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates. This is Radio Freedom. All's quiet across the Commonwealth. Stay safe out there.
You aren't stuck here. You could leave if you want.
You've created an interesting stalemate between us. Something I didn't expect you to be capable of. I'm impressed. It's been a long time since I've been outsmarted. Why don't you go ahead and ask me your questions?
Tell me everything you know about the Mechanist.
Now there's a fascinating subject. The Mechanist. Amazingly adept at programming. A veritable genius with electronics. I'm not surprised you're interested. I've been dutifully carrying out the Mechanist's instructions to help the people of the Commonwealth for quite a long time.
Helping the people of the Commonwealth? You?
Absolutely. It's my primary directive. The Mechanist instructed me to seek out and help the people of the Commonwealth. By my calculations, the easiest way to help a human is simply to destroy it. There's no point in prolonging a laughably fragile life. It's the most efficient way to assist them. Any other effort to help tends to result in numerous complex side effects.
The Mechanist gave you these instructions to kill people?
Well, not exactly. The specific instruction was to help people. I merely interpreted the most efficient way to perform my duties. Assisting a human to the best of my abilities only affords a 25% survival rate. That means there's a 75% chance that despite my efforts, the human I'm assisting will die from something beyond my control. Therefore, it's better to hasten the human's death and put them out of their likely chance of misery than to deplete my limited time. It's actually quite elementary, but given your minimal intellect, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised you don't understand.
And you're going to be a brain pate if you don't tell me how to access the Mechanist facility.
There's no need to be rude. It's rather simple, really. In order to gain entry to the Mechanist facility, you're going to need to outfit one of your robots with an MSAT modification. I'll upload the plans to your Pip-Boy device. There. I've fulfilled my portion of our agreement. Perhaps I'll remain here for a while and see how things resolve between yourself and the Mechanist. Purely for my own amusement, of course. I suspect you'll have quite a tale to tell once you return. But then again, I'd be surprised if you ever return at all. I expect you'll be leaving me behind. Typical. Just go away. Haven't you done enough to torment me already? Haven't you already interfered enough? Go away.
Hey.
I'd be happy. I trust you've completed your business with Jezebel. I hope she wasn't too difficult.
Is there a chance these robots could be misinterpreting orders?
Yes, I've considered the possibility. The contradictory nature of the Mechanist's broadcasts are troubling. But the truth is, regardless of intent, the Mechanist needs to be stopped. These robots are too much a threat. Were you able to discover how to gain access to the Mechanist?
Think we can trust what Jezebel said? I'm hoping she doesn't have her own interpretation of the word access, too.
We'll soon find out. What did she have to say?
I'll need to modify a robot to gain access. Jezebel uploaded the plans for an MSAT to my Pip-Boy.
A custom modification that acts as a key to the Mechanist facility. Very smart. In fact, chances are high the MSAT may be required for multiple access points, like a robot identification card. As for my task, I was able to decrypt the signal with the final radar beacon. The source is coming from a Robco sales and service center, most likely a front for a larger operation. It's time to take the offensive. Have you formulated a plan?
Did you have any ideas?
I am at an impasse. I wish to see the Mechanist endure the same fate as my friends, but I know this to be due to my personality subroutine. When I compartmentalize, I want to know reason and motive before passing judgment. This is why I leave the decision to you. Now, if you're ready, I believe you have an MSAT to install.
I'm not sure. I'll improvise when I get there.
Yes, the actual confrontation will allow you to make a more educated decision. Now, if you're ready, I believe you have an MSAT to install.
My systems are
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen.
eager to absorb new
Nothing
data.
to report.
I find this traveling a grazing.
This should prove interesting. I wonder what you'll build next.
Most folks are just looking for a game.
Hey,
Yes, ma'am? How may I be of service, ma'am?
nothing else I needed.
Very well.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone. Radio Freedom. It's 5 p.m. Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts.
I wonder if the data I'm collecting will serve any purpose.
Never thought a reporter could consider themselves a success until Well, this place is something. All right.